Yo, ladies and gentlemen, what's up? How y'all doing? It's your man, Melvin Taylor Jr., a.k.a. Melvin Taylor II out here. And welcome back to The Alternative with your man, Melvin Taylor II, right on WHCR 90.3 FM, New York, the voice of Harlem. How y'all been, man? It's been a crazy week. Happy Memorial Day to everybody. Shout out to all the veterans out there. We are in here in the studio getting it in, man. It was a wild weekend. We had Push's album came out. Then Drake came back with the heat. We had a little bit of Kim Kardashian and Rhymefest getting into it. If you don't know who Rhymefest is, by the way, I'm going to need you to just go ahead and turn this show off right now because you're just going to irritate me before we even really get into it. Apparently, the Houston Rockets just lost to the Golden State Warriors, so shout out to everybody that lost some money on this one thinking that Golden State was going to lose it. As much as I'm a LeBron defender, we probably know that he's not going to win this one. I really want LeBron to get it, but it's probably not going to happen. But it's all good. It's all good. And last but not least, we're back here in the studio one more time, and we got a special guest in here today. All right, this is my man Jerah Milligan. Oh, he's a what do you want to say?
I like to say I'm like a lover of life. You know what I'm saying? A person who likes to learn, who tells a little bit of jokes.
Okay,
you know, trying to help the people as I can.
Understood. So, ladies and gentlemen, for y'all that don't know. Jerah Milligan, he is 1/3 of the Black Man Can't Jump podcast.
That's right.
He is also if you go to UCB, I'm going to put him in the legend status right now because we're going to look in about 2-3 years from now, we're going to see him on every TV show and be like, oh, I remember when we was just getting french fries the other day and now he out here just riding around in a Wraith and whatnot. Jerah's just out here doing everything. Not to mention iHeartRadio, Fresh Music.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Fresh Music Mondays.
Fresh Music Mondays, there we go.
You know, be reviewing these songs. Try my best not to judge nobody so I don't get fired. Yeah, boy.
Oh, it's all good, man. How you doing today?
Man, I feel good, man. You know what? At first I was tired, but now I'm wide awake, baby.
There
feel
we go.
good.
That's what we need. Normally everybody that comes in here is like, man, it's kind of late, bro. I don't know. As soon as we pick back up, they like, all right, hey, I'm good. Let's go ahead and get started.
Anytime you in this thing, you in the studio and you hear some music you vibing to blasting, it's like, you know what, man, it's a vibe.
There you go.
That's all you want as a vibe.
Just speaking of which, you were talking about Crew a second ago.
Yeah,
before we began, and just how that record was like really, really crazy.
Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you about that Gold Link thing. Like, the thing about it so far is that, you know, I'm from Southeast D.C. before it was gentrified, you know. I like to put that out there because I went back to D.C. and I was like, this.
He was like, this looks a little different.
Man, I went back to D.C. because I haven't lived there as an adult, you know. So I went back to D.C. and it was a bunch of white girls jogging at night with dogs. And I was like, dog, this is not.
Big dogs or small dogs?
Small dogs. little baby dogs. Little baby dogs. And the thing is, I'm not a hater on little baby dogs, but this is my thing. You ain't about to just be jogging in Southeast. That's like in Bed-Stuy. Like when I feel people talk about Bed-Stuy so much, and they're like, oh, it wasn't like this. When I came to New York, it was like Bed-Stuy do or die. Now I'm like, bro, y'all got some coffee shops.
Right.
I got a lot of coffee shops.
Y'all looking real. Is that another fresh fruit market that's popping up in the neighborhood?
This ain't even a Starbucks. This is like one of those personal mom and pop things where the person don't live in this neighborhood.
Right. It's crazy. It was the same thing when I first moved here, and my mom was kind of nervous. She was like, oh, you moving to Harlem? It's going to be crazy, blah, blah, blah. I was like, Mama, I was getting off the subway one time at 3:45, whole crew of white folks just walking past me. I'm like, oh, I'm good.
I feel nervous.
Right.
You know
It was like, I feel weird being like, this might go the other direction.
Bro, I was waiting for you outside. I'm looking at the cops or the campus security, and they staring at me. I'm like, oh, like, let me stay next to the light. I'm going to stay in the light. I'm like, matter of fact, it's so funny is I put my headphones in and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to put this phone up. Like, I'm going to just like chill, Bill, real. Yeah. That's the world we got to live in right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Like, let me just
let me do nothing.
Let me keep going about my way. It's getting to the point now where I'm like, even when I'm walking past folks, I'm like, let me just turn my music all the way down just in case so I can hear. Oh, let something pop off. Let me just go ahead and just dip.
Oh, bro, my music be on a whisper. Like, you might just catch me in the streets. It's on a whisper. I don't trust nobody on the train. I don't trust nobody when I'm walking on the streets, and I won't trust nobody to talk to me in my face because I'm like, you know what? You see these headphones on, and you still don't care.
You still right.
You still don't
bold
care.
enough to try this right now.
So that means you got nothing to lose.
Right.
Or if you do lose, you can win.
Right.
So I'm like, you know what? I don't want none of these problems, yo.
So tell me, Jerah, you said you're originally from D.C.
From D.C., yeah.
Now, did you start doing comedy, entertainment, stand-up,
man,
everything that you do
heck
now?
No, bro.
Tell me, how did you Just go back to DC.
Like this is my thing. I grew up in Southeast. I grew up at a time where like we had Marion Barry, who was like famous to the rest of America because like Marion Barry was like caught on the news. Technically, he did not do crack cocaine. He did not. He did not. He said like 5 times, "I'm good."
Right.
You know, he walked towards it. Cops came in, put my man on the news. We voted him back in because we love that man. So I grew up in D.C. and like in D.C., like you don't like we had like art schools, like we had Duke Ellington and all these spots, but you really didn't like it was a government place. Like you went like work for the government or you honestly, you work for the government, work for a government contractor. That's just like entertainment just felt far.
Yeah.
Felt far. I lied about it until I remember I got to college, which I didn't want to do. But then I went.
You didn't want to go to college?
For what?
Oh,
I was like, for what?
Okay.
Even to this day, if I could take anything back, it'd be going to college.
Word.
Hands down.
It's
the only thing I ever say I regret.
Let's unpack this.
Because this is my thing about that. Is like I really feel like we're in a time where I'm like, who's making these rules, man?
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, why do I have to have a kid? God bless you want to be a doctor. You need to go to school.
True.
But to me, it's like I wanted to do production. Like I wanted to act. I wanted to do comedy. Like to me, it's like cool if I'm going to a theater school or something. That makes
more sense.
If it's like a Juilliard or something, but being from around the way, like that's not what you go to school for. Like you ain't about to go pay all this money to go to Juilliard for what? Like people don't get what that is because people don't understand
what that process is.
Exactly. So, my mom didn't have a chance to go to school. My stepdad didn't finish. So it was like, you got to go, bruh. And to me, like, I was in Catholic school my whole life. So I'm like, you know what? My mom paid a lot of money. And I'm close to my mom. So I'm going to do this.
Right. I'm going to do this for you, Mom.
But it was not for me. Like, and the thing is, at the end of the day, it's like, I almost wish I would have had the heart to just not do it.
Wow.
Or at least cut my losses midway. Like, I feel like the internship I got, my school didn't really help get, and no diss to them. It's just that came from me just like being on the computer, being like, how do I get to New York?
You being
MTV.
On it and being like, let me go do this.
You know what I'm saying?
Happen.
Like I forged paperwork to get the internship. Too late because y'all hired me.
Wait a minute.
Look, man. My big thing about that when it came to MTV, it was like I didn't know TV. I just knew it was the youngest place that you could work. It was like, yo, if you're gonna work someplace, you're gonna be young. You might as well go to MTV.
MTV might be the best stop for you. Yeah.
I ended up getting an internship at VH1, which I hated. Hated it.
What made you hate it?
Because it was like, one, there was no shows or anything going on, so it was nothing to learn. So I was just bored most of the time. I was legit bored. And then I applied the next year for an internship, but my school didn't allow credit for it. So my dean, so I'll take this back. The dean of I was like the only black dude in the theater department. Only black dude. So I was real close to the dean of like the department. And so she let me type up like a fake approval letter because I had to get the registrar to approve it.
Credit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she let me type it up, let me put her name, and then she signed it and was like, all right, cool. I'm going to help you put it on your schedule. But the moment you get the internship, you got to take it off because, like, you're not allowed.
Right.
So she helped me do that move. And, like, that next internship for MTV proper was the one that, like, put me in contact with everybody I knew.
Yeah.
And that internship, I ain't had no money. So I would work at Verizon Wireless from like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday morning, take the bus from PG up to New York, come through the internship in the morning, sleep in the office Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, take the bus back down. Man, because like, man, look, man, y'all ain't about to sit out here and tell me we ain't about to get this money. Because I tell you this. Look, I tell you this. I ain't one of them rich kids. And I'm like, yo, when I get on, I'm going to be mean. I'm going to be mean. I'm going to be mean to them kids, boy.
Just don't be Bill Cosby mean.
No, I ain't going to be mean. This is my thing. I'm not going to judge people like Bill Cosby did. But I will say this, though. I'm not about, and I'm not going to be mean to people of color, but I'm not going to be sitting up here, and people call me militant if you ever listen to the podcast, and I'm not militant. My thing is, you can make change tomorrow if you want it. Like, for real, as a man, I'm realizing there's certain things I don't know as a man what women go through. Like, there's certain things I can assume,
right?
But until they tell me, this right here is inappropriate. When dudes say this, even when it's the other men, it all leads to this. I'm like, all right, bet. I can understand that now. So I'm like, this is my part as a man to do this. Mm-hmm. Now, when I think about rich white folk, I'm like, all right, we out here like crying and boo-ha-haing because y'all feel like y'all been left behind some. And I'm like, hey, bruh, my family's from the South. Like, they just as broke as some of the white folk in the South. And ain't nobody helping none of them. I was like, the people you need to be mad at is the rich white ones that's leaving everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, literally, I think about this all the time. All these Trump supporters who are mad, I'm like, yo, if y'all just literally teamed up with us, we be good. Like, you just don't understand that. Like,
it's a lot more simple than y'all making.
It's so you can change it tomorrow. When I think about these movies, people are like, oh man, we gotta get more people of color in movies, more on TV. Cool. Change it tomorrow. You can literally change it. You can literally have a meeting tomorrow with, I don't know, somebody from Warner Brothers, and they could say, man, you know what? We were going to cast this new Harry Potter film. We already had a white Harry Potter. Cool. Let's just change it. Quick. Yeah. Let's just change it. Let's just flip the script. It is literally that easy to me.
Yeah, because it's a lot easier today than it used to be nowadays for anybody. Because stuff like you said can just happen overnight in today's world versus 10 years ago even.
Yeah, but the thing that's so tricky when it comes to people of color, especially in Hollywood, is like people don't pop up out of nowhere. Like, I think about the people who've been popping right now. Chadwick Boseman was, 40? Mm-hmm. My man's been around for years.
He was directing plays for the longest.
And the thing is, he only got in movies low-key by accident because he just happened to, he happened to have a dope audition.
Yeah, because he said himself, he was like, I didn't even really want to act at first. I just wanted to direct.
Because he was trying to act, couldn't get on, started directing, and then low-key fell in. I think about Michael B. Michael B. been acting since, 12?
Bruh, hardball.
Like,
and then it was a break, and then it was like TV shows, and then The Wire.
And what did he play on every TV show? My man was a troubled black kid on The Wire. My man was a troubled black kid on Friday Night Lights.
I'm glad.
My man was on the whitest show of all time, Parenthood, and he was a troubled black dude that the white girl dated.
I'm glad somebody is finally here to have this conversation with me to be like, why is he still playing the same guy every single time?
And the thing that's so crazy about Michael B. that I love is that Michael B. gets to do the thing that, at least right now, the parts that, yes, they kind of run in the same because he plays like this alpha version of a black man.
Right.
But it's a smart, educated.
It's a lot more calculated.
Yeah, like I'm not doing this dumb stuff no more, black man. Like I think about Adonis. Donnie, his name is Adonis. Yeah. Like straight up. My man's name is Adonis Creed. Mm-hmm. And I think about Killmonger. Bruh, Killmonger said everything that every black man in America wanted to say to anybody.
I got 2 Killmonger shirts chilling at the crib right now because I'm like, bro, as much as I love Black Panther going into it, I came out being like, hey, man, that dude Killmonger kind of had some points there.
Killmonger is the only time I've ever seen a black person. And I mean this very vividly because I feel like I was a kid in the 90s, so, Boyz N The Hood and stuff like that, the style of clothing wasn't stuff that I wear. Mm-hmm. When you see Killmonger for the first time in that museum, I'm like, this man dressed like me.
Yes.
I'm watching a big motion, but like my man looks and dressed like me and has conversations like we probably about to have tonight.
Yep.
And his biggest goal, think about this, his biggest goal is just wanting to give people who've been oppressed weapons to defend themselves. Mm-hmm. That's the villain's goal. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying like I'm not advocating violence, but his simple thing was I've seen what's happened to our people all over the world. I want to give them a means to defend. He literally says defend themselves. Mm-hmm. I'm like, bruh, come on, man. Oh, man. Come on, man. What you and Michael B get to do that. And the thing is, I'm worried that we wouldn't even know who Michael B is anymore if it wasn't for Ryan Coogler. Because think about it. Fruitvale Station put him on. Creed put him on. Black Panther put him on.
I agree. It was a point that I made here on the show a while ago where I was like, I'm glad that they found each other in a sense to be like, we gon' do this together. We gonna ride together and make this happen. Because it could have been a point where after what's the airplane movie that had the Tuskegee Airmen all in it?
Oh, Red Tails.
Red Tails. After Red Tails, what other movie aside? Maybe you got Chronicle and that awkward moment that Michael B was in. But it was like that was all. I kind of liked that.
Man, this I didn't like him in that awkward moment. Let me tell you what, my man. This is my thing about Michael B.
Hit me with it.
My thing about Michael B. is Michael B is an Adonis type dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And you had
my man's a handsome man.
I see what we're going.
I'm not about to believe that you struggling romantically like this, brother. Because if you are, I don't believe you. Because like me, I'm under 6 foot. All right, I'm under 6. I only tell jokes because I gotta tell jokes.
Right.
All right. We don't have movie-wise, we don't have the black everyman. Like, we just don't get it because either we got to be, like, the super protector, so, like, the person you come to look at is probably, like, either darker skin, like if it's a man, and big. Meaning, like, he can defend, he could be scary, he could be a gentle giant, but he's, like, the big defending black dude. Yeah. Or you can have, like, the pretty black dude, you know what I'm saying? Could be, like, a little lighter skin, whatever, like.
Michael Ealy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you don't have the black dude who's doing the Tom Hanks roles. Man, you ain't got the black dude who's doing the Shia LaBeouf roles. Because the thing is,
true.
Because the thing is about who do we have? Like, because the thing is, you can't. When you think of All American, that All American part never goes to a black person.
No.
Because you ain't All American. It don't go to an Indian American person. It don't go to a Native American person who is literally All American.
That's about as
American as you can get as Native American.
Yeah. Native
American. So I think about that all the time, man. Like, but Michael B is doing a lot. I just laugh when people say, "Oh man, diversity's in the style right now, man. We winning." Like, nah, man, we ain't winning really. We got 3 or 4 black folks who've been working since they were 10, finally getting their just due. You know.
Right. It's like finally somebody is like it's succeeding for a few folks, but not for everybody.
Not for everybody. And the thing is, those people been around for a minute. And they put in the work. Like I think about Donald Glover. He's blown up this year, but Donald Glover been out since he was in college.
I remember when I first heard about his like the weirdo stand up when he was first putting out music before Camp even came out. And I'm like
Freaks and Geeks, boy.
Right. And people just now are like, oh my God, he's so I was like, do y'all realize how much time was in between now and Freaks and Geeks?
My man went from baby faced in a hoodie to a beard and dashikis.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? My man is like playing Lando Calrissian right now. Like, and it's so interesting because people don't see, like, I think for people, they think, oh man, yeah, man, y'all doing so good. Dog, we ain't. People was just struggling for a long time. That was it. Like, they were struggling. They just never quit.
Yeah.
And that's all that is. And, like, to me, it's like when I was going to college, I was like, I'd rather just skip all this 4 years of randomness.
Let me start my struggle now so I
and
can
let me just do it.
Yeah.
Because to me, I'd rather just come to New York, get the hustle and struggle out of the way, learn, because you're going to learn more on the job, at least to me, if you're doing a job like this. Like, if you don't go to a Juilliard or something like that, you're better off just finding an acting class and doing stuff. Now we live in a world where you can shoot whatever video you want.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, the way the comedy world works now is, I mean, if you're a fire stand-up, you can put in your time and get that work. But when it comes to networks are looking more at Instagram celebrities than anything else. And then they put them on TV, and then they are washed. And they're like, oh, man, we put all this money on this washed comedian. Like, that dude wasn't a comedian. That dude was a washed dude from the beginning. I want to say washed so how people know how I feel about those Instagrammers, yo. And maybe this is hate, but I'm just like,
no, because I kind of got a few opinions about some of them too, and I'm thinking we on the same page with a lot of that. But we gonna get into some more.
I'm gonna just say "wash" one more time so they know it's real.
After these next few songs, all right. Remember, this right here is The Alternative with your man Melvin Taylor II on WHCR 90.3 FM New York. Right now, Leon Bridges, Bad News. Let's do it. Woo, ladies and gentlemen, that right there is Bubbling by Anderson .Paak. That song is absolute fire. Shout out to Anderson. I am always glad when he drops some new music, and I'm very excited for his project comes out. Remember, you are tuned in to The Alternative right here on WHCR 90.3 FM New York, the voice of Harlem, and I am joined by my man Jerah Milligan.
Yep.
We out here just having fun, just kicking it right now, just having a good time, just talking about him. So,
what's up, bro?
After everything that we talked about beforehand, one thing that I did miss that I want to get back into before we talk some more about you is, when were those first few moments when you said, I want to do entertainment? Yo,
I bring this up and people laugh. So I remember being young, and my mom was always working, but we had cable. Okay. We had cable. I remember we had cable at a certain point. I remember we had HBO and Showtime.
Okay.
And I remember watching a movie, and I don't mean this to be shade, because I think the actor I'm about to bring up has passed away.
Uh-oh.
But this is not shade to him. But I remember watching this movie, called License to Drive. And it was these two white dudes. I think they were like big in the 80s, maybe like Corey and Corey. I think Corey was like, one was like Corey Philbin, one was like Corey Haim. It was like two white dudes named Corey.
They both hit me, but
like, and I think it's crazy because I know them now because I think something happened to one of them. But I remember watching this movie, and the movie is one of those classic 80s movies. Like the geeky kid is in love with the beautiful girl, and he just wants to be able to get his driver's license to take her on a date. Like he didn't even know what sex was, so he had like the condoms when they were in like the colorful package, and he thought they were lollipops at one point. It was reckless. And I remember watching it at a young age and thinking, I can do this.
Yeah.
I remember maybe being like 6 or 7 and saying, I can do that. Because the thing that was so tricky is I remember watching a bunch of movies like that with like the young, those are kind of favorite ones. I like the young coming of age stories, but you never really see people of color coming of age unless it revolves around the hood, which bothers me a little bit because I'm like, yeah, we come from the hood, but our story is more than just struggle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's also eternal struggle. It's like that kid's struggle was just trying to get a date with the beautiful girl he had a crush on. Like that happens to us. I got people I'm crushing on right now, and I'm still dying in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still dying. But like I remember that, and I remember I used to talk about it, and I remember not my mom per se, but other family members would dead it very quickly. Yeah. Like, you don't, what do you mean?
Why you want to do anything?
Why you want to do that?
Yeah, like
because the only person that was out, was he even popping yet?
Who are you talking about?
Will. I'm trying to think, was Will even popping?
What year are we talking about?
This may be, I don't remember how old I was when I actually saw it. So maybe this is like 90, 93, 94?
Oh, it's still early. It's
like this, like he's not Independence Day yet.
He's not Will Smith. He's not Will Smith.
Yeah, he's not Will yet.
He's still Fresh Prince.
Yes, still a Fresh. Yeah,
let's see what's
because
going
Bad
on
Boys
here.
might not have come out yet.
No, I don't think Bad Boys was until 96, 97.
Good God. And the thing is, man, it's so crazy when you think about it. You had the only black dude saving the world was Will Smith. It was just him.
It really was just him.
And the thing is, I mean, think about movies right now. We got all these Marvel movies, all these Star Wars movies, all these DC movies, all these books. Will Smith was saving the world as Will Smith in their movie. Independence Day, that's Will Smith.
Yeah.
Men in Black, that's Will Smith. Even Wild Wild West, which people shade, is still Will Smith, and it still made a lot of money.
I'm not gonna lie, I still love Wild Wild
Come on,
West,
bruh. The song. Cisco and them.
Oh, my God,
Come on, baby.
Oh, my God, yes.
You killing me, man. That song was fire. You telling me you looking at a black dude on a horse? How many black cowboys y'all seen besides Django in Wild Wild West? You know what I'm saying? Like, you tell me when no more black cowboys?
I'm gonna tell you right now, my grandfather used to watch cowboy movies all the time.
Same with my stepdad loves them.
Never seen one.
I can name you 3 cowboys. Can't tell you their real names though. Will Smith, Jamie and Django, and then Denzel. And what was it?
I know which one. Chris
Pratt was in it too.
Oh God, why are we blanking right now?
I don't even remember, but I tell you this though, it took the 3 biggest African American actors of all time to be on a horse. You know, it took them legendary dudes to get on a horse.
Yeah.
So that was it for me. Like I wanted, and even when I got to college, I studied film, philosophy, and theater. And I didn't tell my parents what my major was maybe until junior year. Because by that time, it was too late to change it.
Wow.
Because at that point, I'm like, if I'm going to come here, I remember I hated college so much because I went to one of them nice colleges. It was like one of those art small schools. I ain't going to say the name because I don't want to shade them.
I was going to say.
No, I ain't going to shade them because I was like, I remember going to the school and I remember being uncomfortable every minute I was there. Every minute. I remember we had our dorms. Our dorms were like mini apartments, so they were brand new.
Okay.
Brand new. Matter of fact, the dorms were connected to the Ravens training camp, the old training camp.
Oh, word.
So they had money.
So I'm a Baltimore fan, so I understand all this.
Connected, so they had money. I'm in there my first night. And at the bottom, it was on the top of a hill. Bottom of the hill was a Sam's Club. My mom taking me in there. You know, college. I'm in here balling.
Let's get
everything. You want some ragu sauce? Boom. Get this. Like, I was chilling.
Let's get it off.
First night cooking pasta. And the way it worked, it was a co-ed dorm. So, like, we were the only guys in our corner. So, like, you know, and, like, at this point, I think for most of the year, people were just happy to be there. So everyone just left their doors open. Everyone's chilling.
Yeah.
Never forget it. white girl walks in my junk. I'm in here cooking.
Oh,
here it goes. Mind you, the way you come in, you got to come past the countertop into the kitchen.
Okay.
I got pasta. I got ragu sauce. I got beef. I'm in here doing my. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Right.
Got my TV on because we had a TV which was lit.
Oh.
With cable.
Oh. This is different.
Oh, this was.
Wait a minute.
This was a wavy. This was a
on.
wavy dorm, bro.
Yeah.
Like my dorm, like you had an apartment, so it was 4 bedrooms to an apartment, living room, 2 bathrooms for each side. Wavy.
This dorm
super
was off
wavy.
The chain.
Yes. I'm in there. She comes up to me and goes, "Oh my God, are you cooking soul food?" And it caught me off guard. Like, what you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you see the ragu,
right?
Like
you
ragu.
See what I'm making. Like, what kind
mean?
of question is this?
It's ragu, baby. You're like, you don't see no fried chicken in this thing. It's ragu. You didn't see no biscuits. Even though I did have biscuits in there, but I didn't want her to know that.
You ain't need her.
She didn't need to know that.
Right.
Tell me, am I making? And I remember, and that set the tone for me. Opening night. Opening night of college, okay, cool. No matter what you do, they're going to assume. I wore a shirt with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, and my roommates had an intervention. Because one of them felt uncomfortable because I had Malcolm X on my shirt. And I was like, first off, brother, the one thing you need to realize is that Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, towards when they ended their lives or when their lives were ended for them, they both switched. Technically, Malcolm X became way more enlightened, way more welcoming. But then Martin Luther King had been through so much. Martin Luther King got a little militant.
Towards the end, Martin was kind of like, you know what, actually.
Yo, Martin at the end was like, you know what? I don't know.
We really need to
hey.
Right.
And it's so college was not the way for me. I used to go visit my boys down at like North Carolina A&T and like
okay.
I needed that.
Yeah,
I needed it, bro.
You need that sometimes.
I had a situation like that. My first day, it was in my first 2-3 days of college. In my class, this girl, me and her cool to this day. I'm not gonna mention her name or anything, and I'm sure she forgot about it. She walked up to me and was like, "Oh my God, you don't have cornrows or tattoos. That's all I see on BET. I can't believe it." I was like, "What in the?
Are y'all serious?"
And let me tell you the problem is those are the ones who think they woke.
For real, speak on it.
I
can't
even the thing that's killing me right now, and this is the thing I don't know how to navigate. Whereas I do think we're coming to a point of this enlightenment, which I do like. Not even enlightenment, but I think people are now just like saying whatever they want. Like if you racist, people are being racist.
They're being a lot more open about it.
Yeah, they're being open. Whereas now and that's the right. And it's so weird because when I think about the right, I know they don't like me.
Mm-hmm.
I know why they don't like me. I know why they don't like my people. I know why they don't like every progressive thing that happens.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the left, it's tricky because, I mean, they're not the right. So they're not outright racist, but they still say ignorant stuff.
You know what it is, man? It's your boy Saha the Prince, good music partner, and you are now listening to The Alternative.